Hello and welcome to Music with Mascots. I have Kiri with me today. As you see, she just got back from the doggy beauty parlor. Yes, you are very pretty. She's very pretty, isn't she? Today, we're going to be discussing Michael Tilson Thomas, the Deutsch Gramophone boxed set, and Grace, the music of Michael Tilson Thomas. You want to hang out up here? This is her favorite position. I kind of like it too. So Michael Tilson Thomas did not do a large number of recordings with Deutsche Gramophone. This is 16 discs, and it's got Tchaikovsky, Grieg, Debussy, Ives, Ruggles, Stravinsky, Piston, William Schumann, Shostakovich, Bernstein, Latin American music, Ingolf Dahl, and Morton Feldman. I skipped disc 11. Who knew that Elvis Costello wrote a ballet? He did, and Tilson Thomas recorded it, and it's a beautiful recording. Okay, I'm going to set you down for a minute. There we go. So this set consists of a lot of Boston Symphony recordings. Some of them pretty standard. You can get a million renditions of it. Some of them not so much. Tchaikovsky is a Symphony No. 1, which I hadn't heard a lot, and I played it when I got this disc. It's excellent recording of Tchaikovsky's first symphony. And I quite enjoyed it. I had forgotten how much I like this symphony because it's not recorded a lot, it's not played a lot. So I don't run across it, but I will now. And this comes with a little booklet with pictures of Michael Tilson Thomas and another picture of him conducting. Tilson Thomas is a great conductor, and I had first run across him with the Mahavishnu Orchestra, the Apocalypse album, where he conducts the London Symphony with them. And after that, I ran across a few pieces here and there, but a number of years ago, and unfortunately I don't remember how many, he did a concert at Tanglewood with the BSO, and they did Mahler's Third Symphony, and it was just brilliant, gorgeous. Now, that's a wonderful symphony with a lot of brass, and it's big and it's long, and there's a chorus at the end, and Tilson Thomas just nailed it. I had previously loved Bernstein's recordings of this. I had Scholte's recording of it, which I also like, and I had never heard Tilson Thomas do Mahler before. I didn't realize that he was a Mahler expert, and he is. He studied with Bernstein, of course, who was brilliant Mahler conductor as well. And I just loved that performance. And after that, I started looking for more recordings of his, not just in the Mahler cycle, but his Mahler cycle is superb. If you were to get that as a complete set, you can't go wrong. Bernstein did 2 cycles, both of which are excellent. I kind of like the Scholte, although I know not a lot of Mahler people think he's as good as I think he is. His Third Symphony I love. His First Symphony I love. But Tilson Thomas, in the live performance, there is something about being at a live concert when it's really well done that is just amazing. My wife had not heard much Mahler before. She had always had a negative impression, and I kind of cajoled her into going to this. and we had decent seats in the shed at Tanglewood. And she was amazed. She loved the Third Symphony, and since then, I've gotten her to listen to quite a bit of Mahler, and she actually is surprised that she loves the music. None of these performances are Mahler. There is another boxed set, and I don't remember which label it was, but that's the label where he recorded most of his stuff. It's a much bigger box set, and the Mahler cycle is in that set. But I wanted to talk about Elvis Costello. I like Elvis Costello. I'm not an over-the-top fan of his, but he's an extremely versatile musician. He did, is it Burt Bacharach he did an album with? It was Burt Bacharach and Elvis Costello. And I quite liked that album. And I had not heard of his ballet, so this was completely new to me. I read online after listening to this some reviews of the original performance of this piece, and one reviewer took the approach of he needs to write more classical music, and if he does, he'll get better at it. I don't think he needed to get better at it. I think this is a great piece of music. Maybe the performance that they saw, which was the world premiere, wasn't as good as the Tilson Thomas recording. But it's really a beautiful piece of music. Il Sogno. And if you're a fan of Elvis Costello, you should listen to this and be prepared for something that's classical. Although it's modern classical, it's not enharmonic. It is just a beautiful piece of music written for a specific, let me get here. Ballet after Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream. There is a prelude, an overture, and Puck 1 in the first section. Then we have Act 1 and Act 2. Then there is an Act 3. Peter Erskine is on percussion, John Harley saxophone, Chris Lawrence double bass, and the London Symphony Orchestra. Radoslav Zulik leader, and Tilson Thomas is the conductor. 2004 Deutsche Gramophone recording. And Deutsche Gramophone early on was very good, and more recently was very good. There was a period there where their recordings were not as high quality, but this is not in that group. So, Deutsche Gramophone, Michael Tilson Thomas, and Elvis Costello. The other recordings in here are equally good. I haven't listened to all of them yet, but so far I've listened to the Tchaikovsky, I've listened to the Grieg Piano Concerto. I love his Debussy here. Image, Prélude à l'après-midi du Fond, and then Sonata for violin, piano, Sonata for violoncello and piano, Syrinx for flute solo, Sonata for flute, alto, and harp, and the Boston Symphony Chamber Orchestra players. Then we get into more modern stuff. The Rite of Spring is that same kind of era, and this is a gorgeously performed piece as well. I have not yet listened to the Charles Ives and Carl Ruggles disc, nor have I listened to the William Schumann and Walter Piston disc. I have to be in the right state of mind for those pieces. And then we do have the Shostakovich Cello Concertos number 1 and 2. That's a great recording with Misha Maisky on cello. Outstanding cellist. Then we have Leonard Bernstein's On the Town. And I haven't listened to this yet. And then there are Bernstein arias and barcarolles. And Tangazo the New World Symphony, Copland, Ginastera, Piazzolla, Roldan, Roldan, and Chavez with the New World Symphony. And I have listened to this album. It's outstanding. He also did an album of Villalobos, which is also outstanding. He really gets the Latin American flavor and brings that out. And then we have Defining Dahl, the music of Ingolf Dahl. I need to listen to that one also. I just got this. And then Morton Feldman's Coptic Light, also with the New World Symphony. So you can't go wrong with this. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. And Tilson Thomas is an outstanding conductor. I think that I maybe looked down on him a little bit because he did more popular stuff like working with John McLaughlin and the Mahavishnu Orchestra. Come on up. And I was mistaken to do that. I missed out on a lot earlier on that I'm just discovering now. And I really wish I had known earlier in my life, but I'm making up for it. Grace, the music of Michael Tilson Thomas. This is a book with a lot about him and the compositions that he wrote and that are presented here on Pentatone records. The discs are all in here. Very well packaged and very well put together. Gorgeous pieces. I like his music. Before I bought this, I had not heard any of his composition work, at least not that I was aware of. And I really enjoy this. This was a nice surprise. And the music is outstanding. It is modern, and it fits in with modern classical music. But if you're expecting like 12-tone or totally dissonant music, it's not that. He brings a new quality, a unique quality, all his own to this music, and it's gorgeous. I'm not going to go into depth with it right now. Maybe I'll do that on a video down the road. If you're interested in a specific review and discussion of the pieces here, let me know in the comments. And this is a good value. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I think it was $50 for 14 discs. You can get it used, you can get it new, and maybe it's a little bit more. It's definitely more than that new. This was supposedly a secondhand copy, but it was unopened. And I got a good deal on it on eBay. So, Michael Tilson Thomas, conducting other people, and Michael Tilson Thomas conducting himself. Thank you for joining me today at Music with Mascots. I hope you found this a little bit interesting, maybe a little bit informative. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons and help the channel grow. I've got 5 subscribers looking for number 6. Maybe it'll be you. So again, like, subscribe, hit the comments below, and let me know what you think. And have a wonderful day listening to music.